Yo, what is going on guys? My name is TheJackSilkstone. Today, I'm here at the wonderful Alton Towers Resort during their Mardi Gras event. I'm here today with my girlfriend Jess. It's her first time here for the year, so it's going to be a great day. Going to be getting on Gangster Granny for the first time, as well as all of your other favourite rides here at the park. 13. Oh yes, very exciting. And of course, along with government guidance, there have been a lot of major updates here at the park in regards to social distancing. So I'm going to be showing you guys all of those today, as well as loads of other really exciting updates that have happened over the past month or so here at the park. So yeah, it's a nice and warm day, but the sun's not exactly out, is it, Jess?
No.
We arrived here in t-shirt, crop top, and it's a little bit chilly. I am sunburnt though, so it's not necessarily the worst thing. But yeah, we're going to head into the park today and get started with showing you guys some of the awesome updates. Let's go! So we've just had a ride on Wickerman there. Oh boy, what a ride it was. Now, one of the very interesting new updates that has been implemented here at Alton Towers is the fact that they are starting to phase out the social distancing on the roller coasters. So when we just had our ride there on Wickerman, and as you would have saw in some of the footage I got, they're now filling every single row. We'll just see it as it comes through Big Bog himself. Literally every single row on that has been filled. And Alton Towers are currently testing this out on 4 rides: Wickerman, 13, Runaway Mine Train, and the Smiler. And obviously it's just helping so much with the throughputs, because the Wickerman team were fantastic at eating through that queue before, and now that they can fill every single row, oh my god, we flew through that queue. Literally, we queued 25 minutes or so, if that.
Amazing.
So yeah, they are absolutely destroying the queue. And yeah, obviously now that the government are kind of allowing things like this to happen, the park are, I believe, testing it for a week, starting on Saturday the 12th of June, so we're a few days into it now. And I presume if it goes well on those 4 rides, then they will start implementing it onto the other roller coasters here at the park. But yeah, fantastic ride on Wickerman there. And as I said, we hardly even queued for it. Oh yes, we've just had a wonderful ride on 13. Jess is one of the biggest fans of 13, I know. She's got the t-shirt and everything. So interestingly, although 13 is one of the rides that the park are trialling with them filling every single row, we were hoping for a back row ride, weren't we?
I was so excited to hopefully get the back row.
You know, get that air time over the drop. However, they've still got the water dummies at the back. So as far as I was aware, those water dummies were there because the ride wasn't at full capacity and it needed to be a certain weight. However, now that they can fill every row, surely the weight is being hit. But I don't know, maybe they're just keeping them for the trial, and then after the trial's done, they will then get rid of that and every row will be able to be filled, and we can finally get that wonderful back row on 13. But yeah, it was a brilliant ride nonetheless, and the queue was moving a lot faster than it has recently, hasn't it? So happy days. So as well as filling all of the rows on the rides I mentioned, on rides with over-the-shoulder restraints, they are also filling every seat in a row. So on the Smiler there, we were 2 and we were sat next to 2 other people. So obviously that is also helping with the throughputs, because previously if you were, say, a group of 2 on a ride like the Smiler, you would just have the entire row to yourself. To me, it didn't seem like they were enforcing it super strictly. Like, they asked us if we wanted to.
Yeah, they asked if we were okay.
They said, do you want a front row? There were 2 people already at the front, and we said, yeah, we're happy to do that. So I don't think if you really didn't want to sit next to anyone else, they weren't going to force you. But if you're happy to do that, then yeah. And yeah, it was a great ride on the Smiler, wasn't it, Jess?
Yeah, pretty good.
I still consider it one of my favourite rides in the country. Like, we're really lucky to have a world record breaking roller coaster like this. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit rough on these last few inversions coming down here, but otherwise, yeah, it's a really enjoyable roller coaster. And yeah, presumably, as I keep saying, once this week-long test for social distancing on the ride comes to an end, we might see other rides with over-the-shoulder restraints such as Nemesis, Galactica, Rita maybe, also having kind of shared seats within a row. So I'm here in Towers Trading now, the main gift shop here at the park, and you'll have to excuse me because I'm not quite as clued up on Alton Towers merch as I am with Fort Parks, but I believe they've got some new items in here, including this new Smiler jumper. Excuse me, it's this Smiler jumper, sorry. I'm pretty sure this one's new. It's got a Smiler logo on the back, and I believe this one's also new. And there's also a new Wickerman jumper just down in the Wikiman section. But another fantastic new addition, I really like this one, is this pin badge set right here, which as you can see, shows some of the retro rides that have been at Towers. Like, we've got the 3D cinema, Around the World in 80 Days, Doom and Sons, and over there the Fantastic Fountain. So that's a really, really nice collector's piece there. And for just £14 you can get those four. But yeah, that's very cool. It's nice to see them kind of paying homage to some of their previous attractions. Another really cool thing that I don't believe Fort Park sell is one of these mega resins. Look at that. That's very cool, and that is £32 there. So we've just had a ride on Gangster Granny there. Jess's first ever ride on that. What did you think?
I loved it. It's very cute.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised at just how small the blueprint is for that ride. It's literally like a very small one, but it feels like quite a long ride, doesn't it?
Yeah, it was very long.
And as always, I was Easter egg spotting in there. I of course mentioned that there is actually a Darren Brown kind of link in there. Check out my previous Alton Towers vlog if you want to know where that is. But we were just spotting some cool ones on the shop here. The most noticeable being this Doom and Sons one, which is of course an attraction that was once upon a time in this area many years ago, long before I ever came to Alton Towers. And then in the shop there's also a really cool like retro Alton Towers poster. And then over on this window we've got Wanted Persons, John Byrne, who was the person that helped bring this ride to life and create the whole thing. So yeah, that's everything here in the world of David Walliams. It's a nice and bright area, isn't it, Jess? Beautiful. We've now made our way to a lawns, having a bit of lunch, aren't we? But a really recent update that's literally come out this morning, reported by Towers Times, is the fact that this stage, which is currently located here on the lawns, well, Towers have applied for permanent planning permission to keep it here for the next 5 years. Apparently from March to November they plan on keeping it here on the lawns, presumably in this same location, because obviously during Oktoberfest last year the stage was located just behind Jess, kind of at the end of the lawns, but they've kind of moved it off to the side. I have to say I quite like it on the sides because it keeps this beautiful view of the towers. But yeah, as I said, they're planning on having it here from March to November, and then from December through to February they say they're going to move it over to Fountain Square, because obviously with this heavily rumoured big Christmas event that Alton Towers are going to be doing this year, it makes sense that they kind of have the stage over there with the market all on the lawns and stuff. So yeah, that's a really recent update that literally was reported this morning. So we'll have to keep our eye on if that gets approved. But yeah, we could be seeing this stage as a bit more of a permanent feature. I have to say, I think that's a good thing. I think it's nice to have a bit of live entertainment during the day. Yeah, just adds to a nice atmosphere, doesn't it, Jess? There we go. Let's dig in some lunch. Tesco meal deal. Oh yes. So So we just had a fantastic ride on Hex there. That was my first time getting back on that this year. And now we're in the towers themselves. This is Jess's first ever time actually in here outside of Scarefest. So obviously previously you had the attic in here. In fact, Jess, how weird is that to see? Because obviously they made all of this into like a living room set during Scarefest. And now, look at that, it's empty. So I think the reason for that is because they're currently restoring the beautiful stained glass window in like the main hall. So yeah, that's why that area of the towers is closed off. But the rest of the towers are currently open, which is absolutely awesome. It's one of my favorite things to do here at Towers, just kind of take in the history of the park, because unfortunately we haven't got anything quite like this down at Thorpe. But yeah, do you want to head up to the roof, Jess? Get some beautiful views. So here we are now up on the very top of the towers themselves. Awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some of the
It's
best.
very confusing walking up there.
Why?
Not used to seeing it in the light. I couldn't figure out where we were.
You've obviously only done like the attic and skin snatchers and stuff. As for how long the towers are going to be open like this, it's hard to tell, because unfortunately normally around this kind of time of year they do start setting up the Scarefest mazes, but I mean, they're yet to say anything about how long these are going to be open. So if you come and they're open, definitely get in here whilst you can and come and experience the awesome heritage of the towers themselves. I have to say, they do scare me, because I'm not a big fan of actual ghosts and stuff, and oh, they're definitely haunted, aren't they? Like, how can it not be? But yeah, absolutely gorgeous in the day. You get some amazing views of X Sector and across the entire park. In fact, you can get a great view of Food Street down here. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, as for Hex itself, I mentioned earlier about the social distancing on the roller coasters. Hex, as of the time of filming this video, they were still all social distancing there. It was literally running at half capacity. But obviously, as soon as government guidelines allow them to open up the indoor rides such as Hex, I'm sure they will do, because it'll eat through a queue once they're able to do that. We queued about half an hour or so, which isn't too bad at all. And as I said, it was my first time getting on Hex this year, so I really enjoyed that. Now, Nemesis Subterra has always been subject to a lot of speculation here at the park. It closed kind of mid-2015 and has obviously never operated as Nemesis Subterra since. However, a lot of people will say it was one of the best rides here at Towers, and I would absolutely agree. It was such a fantastic ride. Obviously, since then it has opened as Project 42 horror maze during Scarefest, in which there was a big kind of marquee placed here, as well as yellow marquees out this front bit. However, at the start of this season, 2021, both of those were removed. And also, it's not on today, but there have been 3 question marks on this cue board. And this has once again sparked up a lot of speculation as to what the future of Nemesis Subterra will be, because there's obviously a lot of rumours going on at the moment as to whether if Nemesis will even operate next year. And I mean, if that does close, then Nemesis Subterra could be like the perfect ride to get open next year, as almost a replacement for Nemesis for that year. But yeah, it's hard to tell, but something could be happening here. I mean, there's been a lot of staff apparently in the queue line, and obviously this queue board thing was obviously quite a big thing, how it had question marks on it. Unfortunately, it's not on today, but I have personally witnessed this and got it on camera. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that we'll have to keep an eye on, but it's always a bit of a mystery, this building. But hopefully, one day, Nemesis Subterra might return. You never know. I mean, I don't even know if they've still got the ride system in there, because obviously there used to be 4 drop towers around like a central egg. But who knows what's going on in there, but it's something that we'll need to keep a close eye on. So there we have it. Those are all of the exciting updates that have been taking place here at Alton Towers over the past month or so. Obviously, once we come to the end of Mardi Gras, there's apparently some kind of summer event happening here at the park. Then we've got Oktoberfest, and then Scarefest, and then fireworks, and then Christmas. So yeah, plenty more exciting stuff to happen here at Alton Towers, and obviously around the rest of the country. Within the next week or so, Fort Park are going to be starting their brand new event, Park Vibes. So I'm going to be doing a construction update for that and plenty of videos covering everything Park Vibes. And then after that, we've got Fright Nights, and it's a good time to be a theme park enthusiast, isn't it? But yeah, have you had a good day, Jess?
I've had a wonderful day.
Oh yes, we always have a good time at Towers, don't we? Even if it hasn't been as sunny as we'd have hoped.
Oh, it was a little bit cold. I was a little disappointed with that, but it was still a good day.
Oh yes, well thank you very much for joining me, Jess. Her links are down in the description if you want to go and give her a follow. But yeah, that brings us to the end of our day here at the wonderful Alton Towers Resort. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. My name is TheJackSilkstone. Good.